How you doing, YouTube? Getting ready to get started with another infinite flight video here. Show you my stats where I'm at. I got flight time 81, landings 392, 81,012 experience points, no violations. Flight time in 90 days is 38. I need to get that up. And landings in 90 days is 316, where I'm good there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our flight. We're gonna be in a ERJ 190. I believe we're gonna be Canadian Airlines. I need to make sure. JetBlue. So I need to change my call sign from Kestrel, which is Thomas Cook, to JetBlue. All right, and there, that's done. And we're going to be in Waukesha County on the north ramp on the expert server. So let's go ahead and get on in there. First, take a look at the cockpit. And again, this is a plane with an absolutely magnificent cockpit. I'll go ahead and zoom in so you can see. If you don't have this plane, I have all planes. The only planes I typically do not download are the military aircraft. I don't really have any interest in flying military planes. One of the problems with a lot of military planes, it's hard to find data on them. It's very easy to find data on the performance data, I should say. Here I have my flight chart for my ERJ 190 that I'm using. And it basically just gives me a guide on the performance of the plane. I'll go ahead and start the seatbelt signs and no smoking signs. And we can take a look at the plane. Absolutely beautiful. And I believe we'll be taxiing and taking off right there. So we'll just be pulling out and turning left and taking off on runway 28. I believe 28 is open. Let's go ahead and take a look and make sure. Oh, it's not. So we're gonna have to taxi to runway 19. So let's take a look at that right quick. So that's there. That's not bad. Just a quick left. And all the way down there, let me see. Yeah, that's a long trip because we can't take, I don't think we can take off on 18. 18 is only 3,000 feet. So what I'll do is when I get ready to taxi, I will pause the simulator. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my flight plan set up. All right, I got you back with me. I am here. I should tell you, I wear glasses and didn't have them on. So when I said runway 19, I meant runway 10 that we're at right now. And another thing, I sat there and did my flight plan as if I was taking off on runway 28. So I've already redone my flight plan, and just to let you see that, we're taking off to the east, and then we'll be turning to the north towards Green Bay. And the wind has since changed direction, so we'll be landing straight in on runway 36. And just to show you the information on that runway. It's 8,206 feet. We could have used runway 6, but this is a more direct route. So we're pretty much set, and I'll go ahead and I'll call out my takeoff. And we'll check, make sure it's clear. We have a visual, check the map. Nobody's coming in. And we'll go ahead and roll out onto the runway. Set my strobes, brakes off. Let me make sure I'm calibrated. Power's up. We're rolling. 91%. 80 knots. V1 rotates. Positive rates gear up. Heading is set. Initial climb speed is set. Sorry about that. I meant to set that as well, my vertical speed. Go ahead and increase this to 1.5, and we'll go ahead and turn due north. At least begin our turn due north. Start increasing our climb speed. And the flaps up. Increase the trim. Right now everything is Unicom. Increase our speed. We can go ahead and bring our nose down. Increase our speed some more. For 36 on the ILS. turn towards the north here. Bring our nose down some more. Excuse me. Landing lights are off. Start increasing our speed. Get our speed up to 270 knots. All right. And we'll hold there for now. It's a beautiful plane. Cloudy day. Let's see what it looks like from our vantage point. Really cloudy. One of the things I did not do, which I'm really mad about, is I didn't check my weight. Let me bring that down. I should have did that before I took off. I'm going to check my cargo weight as well. Okay, that'll work. I don't know why I didn't check it before I left. I don't like having to deal with weight right when I'm getting ready to go on final. I don't even know if I set my passenger. It must already been set. This is one of the, I think this is actually the first time I'm flying this plane. I take for granted that it doesn't set automatically for all flights. Alright, so let's take a look here at Green Base. So we'll be capturing the glide slope right around 3,700. I think we're just going to cruise at 1,800 because we're going to be on the glide slope soon. It's going to be time for us to start descending. Bring our nose down. Now look at that detail. really didn't need to come all the way up to 18,000 feet. We should have just cruised at 17,000, because as you see, we're already capturing the glide slope. It's a short flight. So we'll go ahead and start getting down. It's a quick flight. Put our passengers back in their seat belts. Take a look. Okay, so we're good on the passenger list. I apologize for not checking that before I left. This plane feels really smooth. I'll go ahead and get this down to 10.5. We have a turn here to 346. Get this plane a little turn to the right. Our rate of descent is okay for now. Make sure I keep my speed under 250. I like the way this plane is easy to control. Some planes, when you try to descend over 1,500 feet per minute, they tend to overspeed on you. Like, you can't get that indicated airspeed that you're looking for. Right now, we actually have it. And I can, see here, I can start decreasing my rate of descent. And so it's like, my only concern will be once I come on final is staying on that glide slope and making sure we're centered on that localizer. Let's see. Go ahead and get our speed down. Excuse me. Apologize. Got a little tickly in my throat. Go ahead and arm our spoilers. Our approach speed today is 127 knots on the indicated airspeed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go down to our close to minimum control speed. Alright, I like this here, so I'll go ahead and turn back to the left. I wanted to have some room here for when I come to make this final right turn. So the wind settled down. As before, when I was doing this, it had me landing on 1.8, and then the winds changed. Now I'm landing on 3.6. Okay, so let's get down to 7,800. And we'll slow our speed down to 185 knots. We don't have information in here about flap speed. Some of the planes have the flap speeds in here, but I'm gonna just assume not to go put the flaps down until I'm below 180 knots. Let's see. Let's see if we have Green Bay. Those. Make this slight turn here. Get down to 5,008.
Austin Straubel Uniform, JetBlue 698 is 24 nautical miles to the south at 7,700 feet inbound. For landing, we'll make straight in for runway 36.
I'll set this at our capture for 3,800, I believe I said. Let me check it again. 3,700. If I can bring this down one more. Bring our speed down. Go flap 7. Did I turn the landing lights? Oh, God, I hate that. Bring our speed down some more. All right, we're looking good. Let's get a quick look outside You can't see the ground just, oh, there's the ground. Yeah, our plane is really looking good right here. I'm pleased for this to be my first flight. I'll probably edit the video down so that it's not a 40-minute video, since this is only an 18-minute to 25-minute flight. We'll probably be on the ground in about 7 minutes or so. Alright, so what I'm going to do before we turn on final, I will, we got about a minute before that, I'm going to zero out the altimeter. And then that way the only thing I'll have to worry about are the speed and the vertical speed. My indicated airspeed and my vertical speed, and the flap operation, dropping the gear. So we're going to slow down some more. And we're going to go ahead and do that now. And we'll go another notch of flaps in just a second. I apologize for not turning on my landing lights at the 10,000 foot mark. Alright, yeah, so this is where I want it to be. I'm gonna make this turn late. I'm not gonna follow the bearing indicator. You see here in the middle it says bearing to next 344. I'm gonna follow the localizer. So the localizer should start coming on now. There it is. So we have an indication to be on to 359. So we'll slowly make this turn. And we'll go another notch of flaps and drop the gear. So we need to do a little quick correction here.
2,500.
So there, we're about right on. We got it. Headwind. That's good. Increase our rate of descent. Okay, that looks good. Need to come over a little bit. I don't want to make too much of a correction. I don't know why it's not moving. I've already turned to the right 5 degrees. Let's make sure we're calibrated. A little low, and decrease our rate of descent. Okay, so we're centered on the localizer. We're full flaps, 10 degrees on trim. Coming up on the 1,000-foot mark. We're going to take control right when we hear 1,000.
1,000.
And the autopilot is off. Got a little bit of drop. Gotta get the plane up. Okay, so that's better. A little high. Speed is okay. Still a little high. Rate of descent is okay. We have one red, one white, so we're gonna land. Alright, spoilers off to the left just to edge it. And brakes. We'll let it roll out. Disarm the spoilers, bring up the flaps. Brakes. Brakes. Turn off here. And let's get clear of the runway line. We'll call it out.
Austin Straubel Unicom, JetBlue 600 9K8 is clear of all runways.
I guess there's no parking on this side. That's okay. Let me take a look around. I'll just taxi over here and park. That's okay. It might be a place where they do maintenance or something. I guess I could have taxied down a little further and parked over there, but that's okay. But I appreciate you flying along. And I will just turn left here. And we'll just park it right there. Alright, so there we have it. 26-minute flight and the ERJ 190 JetBlue livery. And here we are at Green Bay Austin Straubel International. And make sure you have a nice day and keep on flying. And please give my video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support that I've gotten. Have a good day.